Why is none?
Yes, just like that. This will be more than enough to assassinate Varka. I'm going to assassinate Varka. I need ideas for assassinating the Grand Master. I went over this with Alice a long while ago. She stands with me and has even offered several ideas on how I might take him out. Of all her suggestions, this one seemed the most promising. Bring a full cart of Mondstadt's newest dandelion wine all the way here, and then, before Varka's very eyes, tip the entire cart over the cliff. Perhaps the monumental, overwhelming grief will make him collapse, or go drown himself in whatever other wine he can find.
That doesn't sound like it'll work. Wait, no! Don't even think about doing something so horrible.
When writing a novel, the author, naturally, seeks to be as extravagant as possible, especially when writing detective novels. If the opening lacks a striking turn, how is the rest of the plot meant to unfold? Alas, this will be my final attempt at writing detective novels. Oh, I suppose they call them crime novels in Inazuma. In any case, they all tell of crime. There's hardly a meaningful distinction. I also discussed it with Barbie, but our novel writing sessions always evolve into crime planning sessions. Methods of crime and puzzles of deduction. We have explored plenty of those, yet the plot would not advance. The Angel Killer case. Try as they might, the culprit remained elusive. The desperate detective rushed into the crowd, then shouted the revered names of the 4 great rulers at the sky. Whoosh! Pitter-patter. Boom! Detective and murderer reduced to ash.
What kind of writing is that? Doesn't that leave no room for deduction at all?
Of course there is. It was only through painstaking deduction that the detective finally discovered the names of the 4 great rulers, learning also that shouting them at the sky would inevitably reduce one to ash. My point exactly. Simply deducing who the culprit is has become dreadfully unoriginal. The subject of one's deductions must be something more creative. I even thought of having a Seelie detective, an angel who, longing to become a detective, became a Seelie, and by some twist of fate, ended up as a detective's assistant. All Seelies love to guide people, so this one went about leading the detective from case to case. I found the idea rather interesting. Come to think of it, the Seelie detective and the Angel Killer case seem far more interesting than assassinating the Grand Master. Now, it's precisely because I overthink every little detail that I've lost interest in continuing. Not to mention the mountain of words I'll have to write. The very thought of penning all those words. Oh, what a hassle. And I can't even get a ghostwriter for this one. I'll just work on the Angel Killer case instead. But how might the detective deduce the truth? Perhaps he could have a conveniently informative dream. Seelie detective. Hold on. Why not have the Seelie guide that detective to a
What are you doing all the way up there?
Come join me.
What are we getting ourselves into this time?
Do you remember those stones we went out to gather last time?
Last time? Oh, you mean the ore that glows after absorbing Kuvaki?
Correct. Well, after that, the Guhenki gathered some more, and I sorted them into two types. Darker ones and lighter ones.
Darker ones and lighter ones? But why?
To play moon chess, of course.
What's moon chess?
Oh, you've never played? I see. Ever since seeing the grids the children of the Frost Moon Scions draw on the ground, I've always wanted to try it out. But I've never had anyone to play it with.
Well, what are the rules?
It'll be easier if I just show you.
Whoa! That's amazing! How did you do that?
With a little Kuvaki, of course. You can't do that?
Maybe you should lower your expectations. We're not all moon goddesses.
As you wish. Now, this is the board. It represents the night sky, and the pieces each player controls represent the moons. The two players take turns placing their moons in the sky, and the first to get 3 moons in a row wins.
Oh! So it's basically a version of tic-tac-toe. So, it's called moon chess here in Notcry, huh? Talk about giving it a local touch.
I see. Well, in this version, the moons rotate, meaning there can never be more than 3 moons in the sky at once. So, when the night sky is full, the moon that rose earliest will vanish.
That actually makes a lot of sense. And it makes the game a lot harder, too.
So, would you like to give it a try? It'll be my first time playing too.
Sounds fun! Paimon will be the referee. The Traveler's a clever one, though, so watch out.
All right then. The moons wax and wane in an endless cycle. Thank you. I enjoyed that a lot. If you'd like, feel free to come keep me company again sometime. Here, take this as a token of our promise.